Okay, so in geometry we have lots of objects and shapes, and we just have to know how to label them and what to call them. So points, as you all know, are just one-dimensional. They look like dots, and in geometry we always label them with capital letters. So here are 3 points, A, B, and C. Okay, so again, the way you label points is capital letters. Okay, pretty straightforward. There's no way around it. Lines have 2 ways. To make a line, you need at least 2 points. And lines go on forever in each direction. There's 2 ways to label a line. One, you can call the 2 points DE, for example. And then above it, you draw a little mini line. And line DE and line DE are the same. Now, you can also call your lines with a lowercase cursive letter. So I might call this line L. Line L. So there's 2 ways. Okay, you can either use 2 letters with a line above it, like this, or a lowercase cursive letter. The next thing we have is a segment. Okay, a segment is just part of a line. Again, you need 2 points, and it just goes right in between. So if we call this like those points, capital letters, FG, the only way to name a line segment is like that. Now, line segments, it doesn't matter if you call it FG or GF, they're the same line. Okay. The next object we have is a ray. A ray is something that starts at a point and goes forever through another point. Okay, so it's kind of like part of a line. We call that ray HI. Okay, notice that the arrow is going one way. Now, one of the crazy things about rays and how we name them is if I had a ray going this way, call that JK. This ray starts at K, goes through J. The arrow still always goes from left to right like that. Okay. Set of things that we have is angles. Angles, right, look like this. Now, to make an angle, it's really made up of 3 points. So if we call this LMN, we could call this angle, and that's an angle sign, LMN, or we could go the other way, NML. One of the keys is that this letter, the middle letter, has to be the middle letter here. If an angle is hanging out all by itself, like this one is, we could just call this angle M, because that's the only angle that has vertex M, right? This point is called the vertex. Okay. We could, if we wanted to, put a symbol in here like 1. We could call that angle 1. Now, when this changes is if I had something kind of bigger deal, and we could call this P, we could put a point here, Q, R, S. And we could put a 2 in here and a 3 in here. So in this picture, we could talk about angle 2. We could talk about angle 3. Angle 2 could also be called PQS. Right? Angle 3 could be called SQR. Angle S could also be called angle RQS. Angle 2, sorry I'm running out of room, could also be SQP. What these could not be is angle Q. And the reason why is there's 3 angles that could be called angle Q. This angle, and that angle. So we would never call any angle here angle Q because it's just too confusing. Okay? The next thing we are dealing with in geometry is a triangle. We all know what a triangle is. And we will call this TUV. Try this, we use a triangle, and we say this is triangle TUV. This doesn't matter what order those letters go in, right? There's lots of choices here. Doesn't matter at all. All of these refer to the same triangle. These are the same triangle. So triangles are pretty easy. We have other shapes, and this doesn't have the same rule as a triangle. So if I had a quadrilateral of any kind, W, X, Y, Z. Okay? I just would name the shape, so I might say quadrilateral, I could abbreviate it. And then I pick any letter to start with, so I'm going to start with X. And what I need to do is I need to go clockwise and label the letter. So Q, X, Y, Z, W. I could have started with any letter. I could have started at Z. It would have been Z, W, X, Y. Same is true if I had, say, a pentagon. A, B, C, D, E. So this is pentagon. Again, pick any letter to start with, let's say C. And we're going to go clockwise and label the letter C, D, E, A, B. I could have, because it might make sense, start at A. A, B, C, D, E. Okay? There's nothing to really understand here, except for this is just what we name things.